Hello traders, hope you guys are good and welcome to this week's segment of our market breakdowns. If you're new to this channel or if you still haven't subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. But then without wasting any time, let's get right into it. We're going to start with NZDCHF, and straight from the bat you can see that there's a buy opportunity. Now we've been buying off this demand zone and we took profits. We shared this setup on our Telegram group, and also I shared this setup here a few weeks ago. But then, yeah, as you can see here, there's a break of structure and the market's coming back to retest it. So we took this trade last week using the 4-hour chart. As you can see with this rejection candlestick over here, the market made something like here. It made something like this. It opened, right, went up, and then came back and then closed. So on the 4-hour, it looked like a breakout and a retest. This is why we took the trade over here, right? I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if the same thing is going to happen on a higher time frame, right? But what I'm expecting, because of this break of structure, I'm expecting the market to come back to retest this area, right, before going up. Give us a young correction before going up. Remember, trends don't go in a straight direction. There's always a phase or a period of correction and a period of an impulse. So now, if you have a period of an impulse, it's not a perfect opportunity to trade because you might get stopped out, right? The market still has to go back to previous structure to retest them and also fetch the orders that are left on those areas, right? I get more into it when we talk about imbalances and all of those stuffs. But then, yeah, that's what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting a market to give me a correction, especially on the daily time frame, before I can add positions. And I feel like you should wait for the same thing also. So yeah, anyways, this is my sentiment on NZDCHF. It's looking good. Like I said, this is a long-term setup. So if we do get that confirmation, if we do get that buy signal or buy correction, I'm not going to be looking at this pair for a very long time because I'm just going to be holding positions. But then, yeah, this is my sentiments on NZDCHF. Let's move on to other pairs. Same thing can be said with NZDJPY. Also here, we took a buy, took profits, and we waited for the market to break through a structure. Now, the same thing happened on the 4-hour with this candlestick over here, right? On the 4-hour, we got that breakout and a retest, and the market continued to go up. That's why I took the buy. But on the daily, we haven't gotten any correction, right? As you can see with this candlestick here, it's not closed, so it's not a final. But then I'm waiting for the market to come back to previous structure and retest them before going up. Let me just do this so that you can see what it is that I'm expecting. We took these trades on the Telegram group. But yeah, like I said, here's where we took confirmation from the 4-hour. But on the daily chart, we haven't gotten any form of confirmation in the form of correction. So I'm waiting for the market to reverse, to retest previous structure before going up. Like I said, if we do get that confirmation, this is where I'm going to be placing my first take profit. I'm waiting for the market to break this area, right? And then I'm going to take the next trade to the upside. Yeah, these are my sentiments on NZDCHF. Let's move on to another pair. Okay, this is an update on AUDCAD because this is also one of those pairs that we've been looking at. So as you can see right here, the market has been going up and giving us correction. How do we know it's a correction? It came back into a nested area of demand, right? Fetched orders from this nested demand and then went up, giving us a confirmation on a WOW pattern. So now I'm waiting for confirmation from the lower time frames to give us the buy signals to continue to the upside. Let's go to the lower time frames to see or to gain more perspective. So as you can see, and even if you go to our Telegram group, we have been trading off this pair from a very long time. We took this trade here on the 2nd of August, went into our direction, went against us, went back to break even, and now it's continuing to the upside, breaking also the structure over here. But like I said, for every strong push, there has to be a correction. So if you're looking to enter into this pair, I suggest that you wait for the market to give us the necessary confirmation before continuing to the upside, right? Wait for the market to give us a correction. As you can see right here, there's a demand zone over here that hasn't been tested. So that is where I could place my limit order on this demand here. It's a very good demand area because it's also nested within a higher time frame demand area. So this is where I'm going to be placing my second entry on AUDCAD, right? For every strong push, there is a correction. We haven't seen a correction on a lower time frame. So if we do get that confirmation, we should buy to the upside and adding on to our positions. Let's move on to other pairs. Now we're on AUDCHF. We also took this on our Telegram group, and the market has been going up in a straight direction, hasn't given any correction on a higher time frame. As you can see right here, it's fetching liquidity, took out the sellers over here, and we should wait and see if the market reverses to give us a correction. Sorry about that. Correction. Yeah. So let me do this real quick. You have the strong bullish push, retesting structure. If it does respect this, then we're expecting a correction and then a bullish push. I'm still bullish on this pair in the long run. But yeah, because there's still orders that the market has to fill in right here. There's orders that the market has to fill in right here. So the market will eventually go back into these areas to fill in the gaps that are here, right? We already have our confirmations on the higher time frame to suggest that this pair is going to be going up for a very long time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's just go on the higher time frame so that I can show you. So as you can see, the market gave us a strong bullish push, impulse move, correction, an impulse move, and look at this correction over here. Why do I say it's a correction? Because of the nature of how it's been going down. If it's growing down with small candlesticks, and if it takes a long time to move from point A to point B, right, compared to the impulsive movement, then it means that it was a correction, right? It came back into this nested weekly demand area and instantly gave us a strong push. So taking into consideration whatever that I said on the daily, this is additional information or additional confirmation that you should be looking out for. So these are my sentiments on AUDCHF. Let's move on. Now we're on the EURJPY, the weekly. As you can see, remember what I said, that this could just be another minor correction. So let me do this so that we don't get because the market broke through that candlestick, but then didn't give us the necessary confirmation in terms of strong candlesticks to the downside. So this could be just another correction to the upside. So that's why I removed that trend line. So yeah, anyways, as you can see, the market's predicting new highs and new higher lows. So let's go to the lower time frame to see if we have the necessary confirmation to take this buy. This is actually an update from the market breakdown that I posted last week. So remember last week I said that the market will go up to retest this supply over here. It went up, giving us the confirmation. but then we're looking for a young reversal or a consolidate or a correction to confirm a buy signal. So if we do break through this supply area over here, it will be the confirmation that we're needing to move to the upside. As you can see over here, there's also liquidity that's resting in the market, took liquidity from the people who had their sell orders, right? And took out their stop losses, and also from people who were buying, right? So yeah, I'm waiting for the market to retest an order block or to give us a full blown correction. Also, another area of interest will be this area over here. So this area of demand over here, will the market go back to retest this area before moving up? Let's just wait and see if the market will respect our analysis. Also, another area of interest is this zone over here. When we say the market would eventually go back to fill in the orders that are resting there, we're not saying that the market has to go there now. These things can happen after a few months, after a few weeks, but we know that eventually the market will go back to fill in those orders. Reason why we're using that as additional confirmation is because the market is giving us hints that it wants to continue going up a certain direction, right? Now it's getting tricky now because we are on EURUSD. We've been expecting this push. The market eventually retested this area of supply over here, right? Now, two things can happen. Let me just do this real quick. Two things can happen. Either the market will respect it, break structure, and then we're happy. Or the market will go, continue to the upside, get the orders that are resting here, and continue to the downside, right? It's so important that you block out the noise. And this is not financial advice. I'm not saying, yeah, take these trades because this is what will happen, right? I'm just sharing my opinion with you guys. So yeah, I've been very bearish on EURUSD for a very long time. But then a lot of things suggest that this thing will go up temporarily and retest which orders from this area and go down. Now, I will not be buying EURUSD. I will not be buying EURUSD, even if we get that, because I saw someone sent me this thing saying we have a break of structure, the market will come back to retest it before going up. I will not buy this thing because of the supply and demand curve on the higher time frame. If you saw last week's market breakdown, you'll know that when we're looking at that curve, we're still very much in the supply territory. So in the supply territory, you're only looking for sells unless the market breaks through that higher time frame supply. Right now, the market hasn't broken through that higher time frame supply. This is why, even if we get buy confirmation on lower time frames, we're not going to take that. It's because of the quality of the trades that you have to take in order for you to minimize your exposure to risk. So yeah, if the market does go up and fill in the orders that are resting here before going down, I'll just be looking at that. For now, I've moved my stop loss a bit tighter, and yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens, right? So yeah, one of two things can happen. The market can respect this area of supply over here, continue to the downside, or go on this area and look for a discounted area of supply. But anyways, these are my sentiments. This is an update on EURUSD. Let's go to gold. Now, the market is trapped between the higher time frame supply and demand, and it's now making its way to that supply over here. So I thought we should take advantage of it by taking this temporary buy to the upside. And we got this break of the trend line, and the market came back, gave us that correction, and now continuing to the upside. As you can see with here, it looks like it's going to retest a bit of structure on lower time frames before continuing to the upside. If you can catch this opportunity, it can give you a lot of clean pips, and yeah, let's make money off of it. But then these are my sentiments on gold. Now the market will either reach this area of supply let me just do this area of supply and go to the downside, right? Because it's still fresh. Or the market will break through this area of supply on a higher time frame and continue to make new highs. Now, I don't know what will happen in the future, right? We can just anticipate, right? This is why I'm only taking profits at this nested area of supply. How the market reacts on this area of supply, I don't know, right? But then I think we will get a sell opportunity, right? I'm not sure if it will go all the way down, but I know for a fact that a clean 50 pips will come out. So yeah, that's what I'm anticipating on gold. Let's move on to one final pair. Yeah, this will be our final pair. I already showed you what happened on a Euro AUD and pretty much the same thing is happening. So we got this break of structure, right, from the straight line structure over here. The market is going back to retest that area of now resistance, right? If we do get that confirmation, we'll be taking profit here, and then we'll be continuing to the downside. So after this, I'm expecting the market to give us a young correction before continuing to the downside. But these are my thoughts on GBPAUD and EURAUD. I already shared with you guys my thoughts on EURAUD, but then I never shared with you guys my thoughts on GBPAUD. So yeah, this is my final pair on YouTube. All of those other pairs that I haven't mentioned, but we have been monitoring on Telegram, I will continue to share them and give you guys updates on them on Telegram. But then yeah, this is all I have for you guys this week. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you still haven't. Share this video with your friends and your trading buddies. Till we meet again next week. Peace.